can do well, it's myself. Do. It's a long road. Come on. We're live. Hello, everybody. Well, we are live because it just flashed up on my phone. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football, for our second stream of the day. It is Liverpool against Leeds United in the Premier League, and I've got something good to show you, actually. I've got something really good to show you. Let me just show you this. I haven't played Fantasy Premier League for 3 years, but when I play it properly, and I think people are about to feel the force of Goldbridge, because as I watch Wilfried Zaha score the winning goal back for Crystal Palace this afternoon, I can show you this with great satisfaction. I've had 3 players playing. Willian's got 12, Zaha's got 8, and Tierney has got 6. That means I've got 26 off 3 players, which means I'm averaging over 8 points a player at the moment, which anybody who is an experienced FPLer will tell you that's a fantastic start. People looked at my team and said, that's a shit team. This ain't a team to win the league over the season. This is a team to score points this week. There will be changes next week, but for this week, that is a very, very strong start. But I don't actually have any Liverpool players or Leeds players in this game today. So we'll go through the team news in a moment, but I hope you're doing well. Zaha to Everton is also another thing I was thinking about as well, because I think he will do that as well. Villa won 1-0 against Manchester United, Harry West. Yes, they did. Lingard started for United. Pereira, I think, may have started. I've got a confirmation actually here. I'll give you the team. So the Manchester United team that lost to Aston Villa is Henderson in goal, Dalot, Maguire, Fosu-Mensah, Luke Shaw, Van der Beek, McTominay, Lingard, Rashford, James Ighalo. So it's a poor team. It's a poor team, isn't it, to be honest with you? But that was the team that went out. So please give us a share if you're watching. And looking forward to this game. Really, thanks everyone who joined us for the Arsenal game. I really did enjoy that, actually. I thought it was a good season opener. I mean, and I've given Arsenal a lot of stick over the years, but I actually quite enjoyed it. And I don't know whether it's because I had Willian and Tierney in my Fantasy Premier League team, and also that I think Fulham are terrible. But I think that it was a good game. Fulham for the first 10 minutes had a go. I'm interested to see how Leeds have a go in this game. I think they've got to give it a fair old go, haven't they? Because as a newly promoted side, one of the considered to be the best side that's been promoted. I'm interested to see how they're going to do. But hey ho, let's go. Fabrizio tweeted, regular news. Yep, I know all about this. So I'm not going to dwell on it because that's for United stand later. We're here to talk about a game for Liverpool and Leeds, and I'm going to give you the team news very, very shortly. If you bear with. Let me get this up for you. Oh, that's what she said. Let's see. Indian tonight for me. Takeaway. In fact, I will be putting the order in live on air, so you can assist me with that. That'll be exciting. But Liverpool against Leeds, 5:30 kickoff. West Ham are playing Newcastle tonight. I'm not watching that. But Leeds and Liverpool. Liverpool have got Alisson in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson, Wijnaldum, Henderson and Keita, Salah, Firmino and Mane. We are so accustomed to this Liverpool side now, aren't we? We're so used to it. The best team in the league, the champions, and will it be a seamless
progression from last season's Champions League winners into this. Premier League winners. Of course, Fabinho would normally start, but he's on the bench with Milner, Adrian, Jones, Minamino, Origi and Matip. I mean, I look at the Liverpool bench and I think teams like Arsenal have a better bench, but that first team of Liverpool is so strong. So strong. Can it do it for 3 years in a row? They won the Champions League. They pushed Man City close to the league. Last year, they dominated the league. Can they do it 3 years in a row? So Liverpool starting off their quest against Leeds. Leeds, welcome to the Premier League. Meslier in goal. Eiling, Koch, Struch, Dallas, Phillips, Costa, Hernandez, Kilch, Harrison, Bamford. That is the team for Leeds. I got to be honest, I don't know a lot about Leeds. I thought they'd bought a lad called Rodrigo, but obviously maybe he's not fit. Bamford is a player that's scored a lot of goals in this league before. But I mean, I look at that Leeds side, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't see that Leeds side getting anything here today. My prediction is that Liverpool will win and win well. Again, a little bit like the Fulham game earlier, I think that they may end up winning it 3-4-0. So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, interesting this afternoon as well. I don't know whether anybody watched the Crystal Palace game. I wouldn't say I watched it against Southampton. They won 1-0. I kept an eye on it, but I did see the red card that he was going to give to a Sevilla player. And it was quite interesting what was said, because he gave the red card. And then it clearly wasn't a red card. It was just a high foot trying to get the ball, and it was a little bit late. So there was no intent. It wasn't a red card. Gets it in his ear, John Moss, goes to the side touchline, has a look at it, and then decides that's not a red card. So I think that's, I'm not a big fan of John Moss, but I think he's got that right, and I think that's to be applauded in those circumstances. So hopefully we're going to see more of that this season, because we definitely saw a lot of this last season from VAR, where we were complaining consistently about those sort of things. Manchester United losing to Aston Villa, I don't care. I don't care if we lose to Palace next week, that's what I care about. And obviously Crystal Palace have started off with the 3 points, so that's quite good. These Thiago rumours are starting to build. That's what I'm keeping an eye on. These Thiago build. That's what I've got my phone here for. They are starting to build, and we've already done a video on this on the United Stand. And I think it's an interesting, intriguing situation that may well be developing there. Let's see. Would you take Dwight McNeil at United? It's looking like Leicester are going to get him, says Road to Dawn. I think, Leicester, that's a good move for him. If Man United don't get Sancho, you've got to shave your head so we can call you a bold prat, says Cam E. I mean, imagine if I had said I was going to do something like that. I mean, that's not a terrible idea, but it's definitely not what I'm going to do, if I'm completely honest with you. It was a friendly for us, says Srim, and there was some rumour that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had left at half-time. I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true. But we'll see. And Ryan Phillip has just said, what is your thoughts on that? Rob Blanchett has said, has done one of those for Thiago, but not so sure what that's all about. Did you see Arsenal are selling their keeper? No, I didn't. And United and Bayern in talks, according to PL. Well, I'm not quoting that. Also, come on Everton tomorrow. Looking forward to the Everton game tomorrow, to be honest with you. Everton against Spurs. You can see a watch-along on this channel. Very much looking forward to that. United lost 1-0, MA, to Aston Villa in a pre-season friendly. But the team that was put out was nowhere near United's best team. Carragher said United will buy a goalkeeper next season. No, I don't think that'll happen. And do you think Alaba is leaving Bayern, says Dr. Danger? No, I don't. Do you think Liverpool are going to win the league? Well, does everybody else think Liverpool are going to win the league? I think that they will. At this moment in time, I think the only thing that ever makes me worry about Liverpool is, and I don't worry about Liverpool. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but the only thing that, if I looked at it as a general watcher of football, would be, well, you know what? What about that Liverpool team
3 years in a row, as I said a few minutes ago, going for it again and again and again. And I think if they lose Mane or if they lose Salah, then what happens then? Do they have the backup? And look, he should have had Timo Werner coming in this season. He didn't get him. He wanted Thiago. Is he going to get him? So Liverpool, having had that great summer a couple of years ago, they don't seem to be investing, and I just wonder whether they're going to drop off at some point. Because Klopp's a great manager, and what Klopp's done, he's done it pretty much without any reinvestment since he won the Champions League. They've not really spent any money. Whispers for Thiago are getting louder and louder, says Edward Walters. Thank you very much for the super chat there. And do you think we will get Reguilon, says Fanged. I don't. I think that what's happening there, and I'll be talking about it on the United Stand show tonight, but I think what's happening there is that they are definitely trying to build interest in Reguilon, and United have definitely been offered him, but I don't know. Ollie did leave Mark. He went to smack Woodward after Fab tweeted about Reguilon. Also, lineup for Villa had 3 first-team players in. It was a fitness game, says Buster Nutt. I agree. Do you think Thiago news coming out to divert attention from Sancho, says Jesus? No. Right, Chelsea are going to win the Premier League. No, they're not. They're not. I think never say never, but they're not. So never. No, I'm looking forward to watch it. We'll do the watch along for Chelsea on Monday night, isn't it, against Brighton? I'm looking forward to watching Chelsea. I enjoyed watching Arsenal today. I think it's always, I don't want Arsenal to do well because I'm a United fan, but I think it's always good to be learned on your opposition, and Chelsea could be a rival of United's this season, so I'm interested to see what they're all about, if I'm honest with you. Martinez having a medical at Villa Park, says Amos. And when is Cooking with Goldbridge? Next week. I have Bamford, Harrison and Trent in my Premier League team, says Anch. You're not going to do very well. I'm sorry to be blunt, but you're not. And Mark, I think Zebra Man United kit let us down in the friendly. Maybe. Aubameyang will get Golden Boot this year, says Roger. Well, who do you think's going to get Golden Boot this year? Like, seriously, don't just give a name. Say why you think it's going to happen. Because to me, I did say Werner, but I like to think outside the box. It's very easy for me to say Aubameyang or Aguero, but I like to think outside the box because I think there's more to that. I predicted Liverpool were going to win the league last year, and everyone was like, you're mad. And then they did. I didn't want them to win the league, but I predicted it would happen. I think Everton are going to shock a lot of people starting tomorrow. Might not happen, but I think it will. I think Chelsea will finish second and City will finish third. We'll see. But, I've gone with Timo Werner. I support Liverpool and I genuinely have fear coming into this one, says Michael Lynch. Liverpool without a crowd on opening day. Leeds, I think, to be this year's Sheffield. I don't think you're going to have any problems today, but I would like to hear from a few Liverpool fans as to what you feel about this season ahead. I feel a bit of I've always felt there is a very big similarity between Manchester United's fan base and Liverpool's fan base. We don't like each other, but we are big clubs with great histories, great traditions, great pride, and I think that Liverpool, when I've sort of been observing it on social media, there are some Liverpool fans there that almost feel guilty to be moaning about the board, saying they've not backed the manager, when the board a couple of years ago did buy people like Fabinho, Alisson,
and backed Klopp, and then they won the Champions League, and then they won the Premier League, and then there are those Liverpool fans who say you can't moan when we're doing what we're doing. But I think these Liverpool fans are actually right as an outsider, and for me, I'm glad you're not spending money, but as an outsider, I don't understand why Liverpool didn't buy big last year, but you still won the league. I don't understand why you haven't bought big this year. At some point, it will catch up with you. You cannot just keep relying on Van Dijk, Henderson, Mane, Salah, Firmino, Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson. It's a very, very good team. It's one of the best teams in the world. But every team at some point will struggle for form, fitness, and Liverpool have been very good at that. Part of their brilliant recruitment is that they buy players that don't really have that sort of injury record. And maybe it suits Klopp to work with a squad that's a smaller squad with very good players, because you don't have to struggle with keeping people happy. But I don't know. I've predicted Liverpool are going to win the league again. I think they will have enough motivation. They didn't win the league with fans. They can level up with Manchester United's Premier League record. And they can retain a title, which is very hard to do. So they've got 3 very big motivators there. But, there are some Liverpool fans are concerned. Liverpool's coach can't even speak English. Leeds coach, Bielsa. I mean, Bielsa's an interesting one as well. We've not even spoken about Leeds. I predicted Leeds are going to go down. And I only did it because I couldn't think of another team to go down. So I just went with that. But, I think it's going to be an interesting Premier League season. I still look at the grounds and I still think, it's so sad that there are no fans in the grounds, but it's right. There's no fans in the ground at the moment. I live in South Birmingham and we're back in lockdown again. Pubs and schools and everything are open, but you can't have, you can't meet in groups of more than 6 because it's on the rise. I mean, there was a restaurant just down the road from us where 24 people in it have gone down with coronavirus last weekend. So it's quite prevalent around where we are, and we're not even going into the cold autumn yet. So, but this is very important. Look, we can't get fans in the grounds at the moment, but it's very important that we get football, F1, rugby, whatever it is, because it gives us a purpose, and that is very important. And look, I don't want to get dwelling in on this, but I was talking to somebody about this today. I think it's really important that we don't go back into a full lockdown. But anyway, Leeds, last season in the Championship, most shots, most touches in the box, most passes in the box, and most clean sheets. But that's the Championship. They were a very good team in the Championship, and Bielsa's got them playing really, really well. But remember, Norwich played Liverpool on the opening day last season, and they got battered. Jack, thanks for your super chat. He says, Twansebi has had 3 separate injuries this year, not just one. First a hip injury before the Liverpool game in October, then a hamstring in December during lockdown, and then he hit his foot, just to clear that up. Thanks, Jack. Mark, do you think Harry Maguire's captain speeches are as invigorating, as passionate as Harry Kane's ones, says Kevin SP? I mean, I don't know. I would only be speculating. So, but he is the Manchester United captain, and we stand with Harry as the Manchester United captain. But looking forward to this one anyway. I'm just putting a tweet out. If you want to get involved in that, please do. You can share the video. There's a share button underneath. Please share it. And make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner to do it. You can do it by just subscribing, bottom right hand corner. And then you're a subscriber of the United Stand then. Not United Stand, that's football. And we are doing Everton Spurs tomorrow. If you weren't thinking of watching Everton Spurs tomorrow, watch Everton Spurs tomorrow and join me for the watch along. This is my pick for the game of the weekend. This is the one. Everton against Spurs. And the reason I think it's such a big game for the weekend is because Everton have bought really interestingly. Ancelotti is a brilliant manager, and he only came in like halfway through the season. So he's got a full season. He's had a full summer. He's had players bought in that he likes. They already had some good players. Everton, to me, could get close to Spurs and Arsenal this year. And I think 7th for Everton would be great. And I think that's what they've got to go for. Anything higher is brilliant. Spurs, under Mourinho, they've got to try and get back in the top 4. So they've got to have a good start. So for an opening day, Everton against Spurs, for me, is very, very interesting. And I'm very excited to see James Rodriguez. Jared Wilson says, I'm not a Leeds fan, but I'm curious to see Bielsa in the Premier League. He's a bit of a maverick who's influenced Pep, Poch, etc. Yep. And Mark, I played against Leeds United's Jack Harrison in high school when he was in the US, says Alexander. And hi, Mark. Have you ever been to Warwick or Leamington Spa? If you have, what do you think of it? I've been to Warwick. It's not that far away from me. I've driven through it lots of times, actually. And I've been to Leamington Spa. I've been to Leamington Spa on a night out. When I was at Police Training College, we used to go from Brighton to Leamington Spa. It's all right. It's a bit blocky, isn't it, Leamington Spa? Has it got a lot of like cream buildings, I think? But I know it. It's not that far away. I've not been for a while, but I do know it. Anyway, get your score predictions in the live comments. I'm going to go with Liverpool to win 3-0. No, that was the Fulham Arsenal game. That's why I'm thinking about that. No, I'm not going to go 3-0. I'll go 3-1. Royal Leamington Spa is nice. It's got a lot of pretty girls, says Teddy Bonkers. And maybe it's got a lot of pretty boys. Let's not be sexist. Can you do a special episode on United Stand if when we get Sancho, says Sam Thorne. Oh, it'll be very special. You don't need to worry about that. When are you coming to Trinidad, says Jeremy? Well, I can't go anywhere at the moment. I can't even go to bloody Mansfield, let alone Trinidad. So most people going with Leeds wins. 2-1 Liverpool, says Basil. Mouldy Spoon says 1-1. 4-1 to Leeds, says Football Trending. Well, you're not going to be trending with that. 4-0, they go top just to come out shouting top of the table, says Fred the Red 73. And Leeds 3, Liverpool 2, says Collie. Liverpool 1, Leeds 2, says Diego. A few people going for Leeds. I think it's just opening day excitement. 7-1 Liverpool, says Matthew Dudley. That's more like it. 4-1 Liverpool, says Nathan Carrick. I do think, I'll tell you what will be interesting though. I do think it's going to be interesting how Liverpool come out of the blocks, considering that they are a side that dominated the Premier League last year, got beat by Watford, basically had the league in their hands anyway after lockdown, never really got out of gear. I don't think we've seen Liverpool at their best since February, is what I'm trying to say. Even when we came back from lockdown, they were just going through the motions, as was their right. So it's going to be interesting to see what Liverpool side we see in these early weeks of the season. Because, and the reason I say this, Liverpool's start to the season is not actually easy. It is in a way because they're Liverpool and they're the favourites, they're the champions. But their fixtures at the start could be problematic. They need to have a good start. So they've got Liverpool Leeds today at home. Then they go to Chelsea next week. And then they've got Arsenal at home. So their first 3 games of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if they got 9 points. And if they get 9 points, then my prediction that they're going to win the league again is probably not going to be far wrong. You take 9 points from Chelsea, Arsenal and Leeds and it's a very good start. It can't be better. However, that Chelsea game next week Sunday, a week on Sunday, we'll be doing a watch along for that obviously. Very, very interesting because Lampard against Liverpool, second game of the season. Chelsea with all that money and all these new good players against Liverpool, the holders. Have Chelsea progressed, or will it be Chelsea just aren't ready yet for Liverpool? Liverpool are the complete article. Chelsea need to gel. You know, maybe they lose 1-0 or something like that. So that's going to be interesting. After that, Liverpool have got Villa, Everton, Sheffield United, and West Ham. So lots of winnable games after that. So effectively, I think if Liverpool start the season well and win their first 3 games, they could go unbeaten all the way until, you know, win their first 7 games, which again just sends them on a relentless journey again. Leeds start to the season. Look, it is Liverpool against Leeds. Let's not be dismissive. They've got Liverpool away today. Then they've got Fulham next week. Big game. Leeds against Fulham. That's a massive game next week on Saturday. Week today. Then they've got Sheffield United the week after that. And then they've got Man City, Wolves, Villa, Leicester. So, to be fair, Leeds have got a relatively good start to the league. Apart from today, no one will expect them to get anything today, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If they could get a draw, happy days, confidence into the Fulham game at Ellen Road, and then Sheffield United, you never know. So Leeds have got an interesting start to the season as well. But, we'll have to see how it goes for Leeds. I don't think Leeds will go down. I did predict they'd go down, but it was because I was struggling. I knew Fulham, and I went Fulham, West Brom and Leeds. I think I was just lazy at the end of the video, really. United, Villa score, and what's up with Ollie, says Jordan Andrews. Villa won 1-0. And to be honest, I thought the bottom three was easy. Fulham, West Brom and Villa to go down. Top four easy. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea and Man United. Mid-table was hard, says Southpaw of Sports. Yeah, but I think that's easy because you've just gone obvious. I don't think Villa will go down with Grealish anyway. Mark, Willian could be player of the season if he continues like that, says Zane Miassi. Well, you know, I put him in my fantasy Premier League team, Zane, so I'm more cleverer than Yo. Because I predicted that. I predicted he was going to be a good player. He's benched Pepe. One of your own players has ended Pepe. Okay, let me get back. Okay. Who do you think would win? I'm not going to read that. West Ham to go down, in my opinion, says Jaheem. And what did you take from the United defeat today, says Chris. I'll tell you what I took from that. I'm not going to watch the Watchalong. I'm not going to watch them play at 10 o'clock. It's Saturday night. I'm halfway through the Batman trilogy. I ain't watching Man United's crap reserves lose to Villa 1-0 when I know the score. So I learnt that I'm not watching the game on MUTV at 10 o'clock. What's the bloody point? There's no point. Players are in the tunnel. Only a week left till our first game. Get the Glazers out, says Red Carter. Well, I'm going to be talking about that actually on the United Stand tonight after this. I always like to take a few notes as well. Please share the video if you're watching. We're nearly at 6,000 and we are going to be kicking off very, very soon. I'm just sorting out the timer as well. Players are about to come on the pitch. 4 minutes to go till kick-off. Excited about this one. Enjoyed Arsenal-Fulham, but you would say that Leeds, he looks very young, that goalkeeper. You would say that Leeds have a better chance, or well, they're a better team than Fulham, but Liverpool are a better team than Arsenal. So it's probably going to be the same sort of outcome. Simplistic tracksuit design for Liverpool, so almost a classy design. We are the champions. Salah's got his short hair out. What is my fantasy football team, says OO. I could actually show it you if you want, but I'm not going to because we're quite close to kick-off. But I had Willian, Zaha, Tierney in it. I've got no one else playing today. They're all the rest of the week now. Thanks for all the content, says Salish. No worries, pal. No worries. And where will Arsenal finish, says Ed. I mean, it's early days. It's early days. Arsenal need to remove themselves from silly results. And 1 minute. I tell you what, I've just been asked to put the oven on. And you know, she says, the wife says, if you've not started, can you put the oven on? I have started, but I know that you people are so appreciative of Mrs. Goldbridge, who allows me to do all this stuff. You're not going to mind me putting the oven on. Tell you what, you don't get that on Sky Sports. I'm Jim White. I'm just off to put the oven on for the missus. That's a terrible Jim White. But we're real here. We're real and interactive. That's what we do. You know, real life. Sometimes real life is what defines us. And yeah, I'm just looking at that Leeds team. Koch and Struch and Dallas and Ayling. Come on, you can move on to the midfield now. Calvin Phillips played for England, played well. What's he going to do in the Premier League? I'm interested to see. You can't see Mrs. Goldbridge because she's not here. She's just sent me a message saying, can you put the oven on? And Helder, Costa, Klitsch, Hernandez and Harrison as the midfield. Bamford up front. Hope Leeds get battered after all this talk of them getting top 6. They ain't getting top 6. They ain't getting top 6. Quick, end the league now. Arsenal's top, says Carl Austin. And Mark, after watching the Arsenal play today, do you think you have a chance of beating us at the Emirates, says Zane Miassi? Look, Zane, I know I think you've got to, if you want to, I think you've got almost got, Arsenal fans have almost got to stop bantering themselves. Like, Arteta has, I think, bought well. I think Arsenal will be a better team than they were last season. So therefore, the Emirates isn't going to be a guaranteed 3 points for any team. And that's the way it should be. But I don't think any... And I've got nothing against Spurs and Arsenal and Everton and Leicester and anybody else. Because on their day, they can beat United and Chelsea. But you look at who finished in the top 4 last year, and they should all be in the top 4 this year. And if United, Chelsea, City or Liverpool finish out the top 4, then the manager of one of those clubs should probably get the sack. Whether it's Lampard, Solskjaer, Klopp or Pep. If Arsenal or Spurs or any other club get in the top 4, then it's miraculous as far as I'm concerned. I don't think it's possible. I think that the best Arsenal can do is 5th. The best Spurs can do is 5th. The best Everton or Leeds or Wolves can do is 7th. Because I think Spurs and Arsenal should be 5th and 6th. But it probably won't work like that. But as we stand at the start of the season, I just think, and we've kicked off, I just think that there's the top 4 takes care of itself. We have kicked off then. I'm really looking forward to this one, I'm telling you. Liverpool, very energetic side. Bielsa likes his team to play with high energy. I remember Leeds playing Arsenal, wasn't it, in the FA Cup last season? And Arsenal did win the game, but for long periods of the first hour, Leeds actually played Arsenal off the park. But Wijnaldum playing for Liverpool, I don't know if anybody can give me a bit of an update here. I don't know what's actually happening with Wijnaldum. I think Liverpool were looking like they were going to sell him to Barcelona and Thiago was going to come to Liverpool. Now it looks like Wijnaldum's going to stay at Liverpool. Barcelona really do want Wijnaldum. He's a good player. I like him. I like Wijnaldum. He reminds me a little bit of like Ander Herrera used to be at United. Rivals don't really understand what he's all about, but I'm really excited about this game. I just hope Leeds can make it a good one. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So much quality in this Liverpool team, though, and I'm. You know what? I'm not a Liverpool fan. I don't like Liverpool, but I look at that. Here we go. Could be 1-0. Firmino. I don't know why he didn't shoot there. He was slipped in down the right-hand side by Mane. Keeper came running out and he tried to do some cutback, and I think he should have shot. I'd like to see that again from Firmino. I mean, he's not got a great goal-scoring record at Anfield, has he? Salah, Mane drives forward. Not Mane, Keita, sorry. Keeper's out quick, but I think realistically he might be looking at a shot there. He didn't. A couple of super chats here. Barca don't want to pay the €15 million Liverpool want, says KA. Liverpool will win this, says, oh, I can't see any other result other than a Liverpool win. Mane. I mean, already Liverpool have been in that box twice and we've only had 2.5 minutes. They're in again here. Salah. And I think he's given a penalty. Penalty straight away. No, that's not a penalty. Oh, it is. It is.
And it's Mo Salah to just probably put Liverpool ahead very, very quickly. It's a definite penalty. It hits his hand. Clear. I think from the first angle I didn't think it was. But, I mean, look. The start from Liverpool has been... I mean, if you want to start a game and start a season, this is the way to start it. And Salah scores 1-0. That, you know, any doubts, any cobwebs, any uncertainties about Liverpool's ability to, you know, come out and fight for another title, it's ominous. It's an ominous start because Leeds can moan, but they were in. I said it before the penalty was given. They've been in the penalty box twice in the first minute and a half. Smacked it straight down the middle, Salah. No messing about. Keeper stays home and he just palms that over the bar. 1-0 to Liverpool. It's just a very, very good start. And, you know, I don't know what Leeds' plan was there, but they were getting pulled out all over the place. And remember, Firmino had that chance just before that as well. So 1-0 to Liverpool straight away here. And Leeds have got to be careful. I mean, if this Liverpool team's up for it, and I was just talking about Joe Gomez next to Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, Alisson. They don't concede many goals because they've got a very good back four. Trent Alexander-Arnold, best right back in the world. Andy Robertson, one of the best left backs in the world. Van Dijk, best centre back in the world. Alisson, one of the top goalkeepers in the world. And Joe Gomez, I mean, look, for me, he starts for England. So, very, very good start. Just looking at the penalty again. Salah shoots. His hand's in an unnatural position. I'm sorry. It's a little bit closer down. It probably isn't a penalty, but it's way out. It's not deliberate. It's just in an unnatural position. It's a penalty. So Salah scores 1-0 to Liverpool. And, well, it's a real test for Leeds now. Are we about to see the gap between the Premier League and the Championship? Because Salah's away here. He's also strong as well as skillful. Lays it into Mane. It's like a training exercise at the moment for Liverpool. And it could get embarrassing for Leeds very, very quickly if they're not careful. Hard-working, talent. Look, I'm a United fan. I don't like that Liverpool are like this. But there's a reason they won the Champions League. There's a reason they won the league. There's a reason they're so relentless. Hard-working, fast, creative. And it's Leeds. It's welcome to the Premier League, Leeds. If you thought you might catch Liverpool on an off day, yeah, you're not. I mean, Fulham started better than this against Arsenal. But Leeds will hopefully carry on playing their game and try and make things happen. Van Dijk clearing it there. Michael Aspin says Liverpool. That's a penalty. It's a penalty though. You know, we get this a lot at United. You know, Penaldes and Varchester United. But I think that only works when the only time that ever used to wind me up was when we used to have Howard Webb and we were maybe getting maybe when you sometimes get a dodgy penalty. You can't call them Liverpool when it's a stonewall penalty. It's a penalty, isn't it? The shot was probably going in as well. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. I think we're on the road to 226 actually. I haven't changed the ting, the counter, but I'll have a look. Bielsa just sat there thinking, what's going on? I mean, look, in fairness to Leeds, let's be honest, there is a big gap in ability as well. Excuse me. The energy of Liverpool is great. Just hope United show some energy next week, says Marky. I mean, this is something I've been talking about Liverpool for a long time. I think Man City and under Pep are very energetic, and they are. But, you know, when City get the ball, they can slow the game down quite a lot. because they play this tiki-taka stuff. But from a Liverpool point of view, apart from being Liverpool, I much prefer the way they play football. It's high energy, it's high pressing, but it's very quick movement of the ball as well. They do like possession, but possession isn't really what they're all about. Look at this from Mane. I mean, the trouble Leeds have got here is Liverpool have started so well. Salah looks up for it, Mane looks up for it. The midfield, the defence. It's going to be a really hard game for Leeds because I think the way Liverpool are playing, not many teams will be able to live with them at the moment. See how the way they move the ball around really quick. They don't give you time to settle. Whereas City, they'd be up about 50% of this speed because they like possession. And that's why Liverpool are so dominant. Because when they're on it, it's very hard to get, very hard to deal with. Athletic. It's 1-0. It's not 1-1. Mike, I think Gabriel would have been better signing than Maguire and he's much cheaper. Maybe Gabriel could be signing of the season and he's better than Chilwell. Well, plays in a different position to Chilwell, Zane, and, you know, it's one game. One game. Don't know if it's true, but I heard that the league gets suspended because of the coronavirus. It won't restart and the table will finish as it is, says Jamie. Why would football get suspended? You know, we can easily keep playing football like we did in the summer. They won't shut football down again. There might be some games that get cancelled. There might be some play. Oh, go on. Leeds are in here. Switch. Oh, what a bit of... Well, that's Van Dijk for you there. 2v1. And he covers the pass. That could have been a good chance for Leeds there. But they broke really, really well. This is what Leeds can do. Good bit of play here. Really good play. They split the Liverpool defence. And he's just got to get it past Van Dijk. And Van Dijk reads it. Otherwise, it would have been a one-on-one. Oh, I've just realised that Jamie was joking. Trying to get Arsenal fans going. Which I sort of played along with inadvertently. 1-1! Leeds! They have scored that time! And that's a goal! And that's a very, very, very interesting thing to happen to Liverpool, who've been so dominant in these first few minutes. And Leeds have equalised, and it's Harrison. Watch this back. It looks to me like it's just a long ball from Phillips. Trent Alexander-Arnold caught underneath it again. Skips past him. Gets the goal. Oh, I tell you what. Harrison has mugged off TAA there. A long ball. And that's always the issue with Trent Alexander-Arnold. A very, 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 very good player going forward, but defensively sometimes gets stuck under the ball. And it's 1-1. And what a start then. I told you I was excited about this game, and it is exciting, and it is 1-1. What do you think about that, everybody? What do you think about that? Well, Liverpool had a scare literally a minute before that. Down that left-hand side, Van Dijk stopping what would have been a pass to make it a one-on-one. But now Liverpool again. Keita! No, Leeds will get rid of that. But what a fast pace to this game. And it's credit to Leeds. It's credit to Leeds the way they're playing. You know, not many teams play in a way that they can hurt Liverpool on the break as well. So it's 1-1 here. And Liverpool's brilliant start counts for nothing because it's 1-1. But lovely little ball over the top there. And Salah just misses it. He keeps it in though, over on the far side. Into the box again. It's amazing how many times Liverpool actually get possession in the penalty box. That's how you win penalties. But he's won it again here. It's coming away. The break is on. Leave it. Trent Alexander-Arnold's back. But Liverpool got to be a little bit careful on the break here. Leeds are playing great football, says John Smith. Well, they will do that. They do play good football. And it's end-to-end at the moment. Harrison scored for Leeds, Zolax.
Well, what a first 15 minutes we've had. You did feel at 1-0 to Liverpool with the start that they'd had that they'd go and get another one and it could get, out of hand. But Leeds have gone and responded and it's back to square one. Here's Mane again. Skips past his player. Leeds got to be careful here of giving silly penalties away. And it's a goal kick. There's going to be goals in this game. There already has been. But there's going to be more. I can tell you that. It's quite confusing actually because a lot of Leeds players have got the long hair with the tied up bun. A lot of similar haircuts. Lovely goal by Harrison though. And he really did get Trent Alexander-Arnold into trouble there. I still think that Liverpool might get Thiago. Leeds are winning the ball back a lot here. Cross. Alisson's there. I'll tell you what. It's very interesting, this game. Oh, Mane! He scored. He scored. Is it a goal? No. I don't know what went wrong there, but offside on Firmino. So the ball came over, Firmino challenged the goalkeeper who cleared it, and then Mane picks it up with the goalkeeper out of goal and beats him, but... yeah, he's miles off. Firmino's offside. They get away with it. We're 250 subscribers away from 226,000, so please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. We've got a cracking game going on here. And it's not 2-1, it was offside. A lot of people loving the game. Anch says, I told you James Harrison's a good player. But I still think Leeds are going to have their work cut out in this game. Let's see how it goes. I need to just stretch a minute. These aren't trousers. Imagine having trousers like that. They're shorts. Oh, stretch it out. Roma are losing, if that matters to anyone. Do you like Leeds, Mark? Says Lee. No. I don't like Leeds or Liverpool. I'm a Man United fan. But I can appreciate a good game of football. And, Man United aren't playing. Oh, lovely running by Salah. Past two into the box. The thing about Salah is that he's so good at is even though he's a skilled player, he actually wins the ball a lot as well. That's lovely as well. And Leeds are coming away again. Oh, look at the way they move the ball, Leeds. You can tell they're well drilled. He's going to whip a cross in. Oh, he nearly got his head on it, but they'll pick it up on the far side. Ayling gets it back, and Robertson reads it. Mane, Robertson into Mane, and it's end to end at the moment. And Liverpool know they've got to be a bit careful. They'll be wanting to get back ahead soon. I think Salah was looking for Firmino then, and he ended up hitting Wijnaldum. What is Aubameyang's FIFA rating? EWCD YT. Leeds dominating the game. I wouldn't go that far. But they're playing well. There's a lovely ball there. I think he's onside, Bamford. But he can't do anything with it. And Trent Alexander-Arnold gets it into Salah, who's seen a lot of the ball. I mean, this is what... I mean, look, it's not rocket science, but... You know, Salah and Mane are two of the best players in Europe, aren't they? They're going to make you good. 87 for Aubameyang, that's not too bad. Would you want it better than that? I mean, I wouldn't moan too much. Martial's 83. And bloody Rashford's 85, I think. Or he might even be 86.
Leeds looking dangerous, says the showstopper. They definitely are. Please share the video if you're watching. Get involved in the comments. Leeds, 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 says David Kilchrist. And is it a corner there to Liverpool? Yeah. Mike, I think Leeds can finish higher than United. They've got a better manager. Dave, you're foolish. I mean, look, even if they've got a better manager, they don't have the better players. They haven't got Pogba, Bruno, Martial, Sancho. They're not going to... So it's, you know, you're putting unfair pressure on Leeds. And that's 2! 2-0. Van Dijk. I don't know what the keeper is doing there. Van Dijk heads it, and the keeper just should just push it away, and he goes in with the play thing. 2-1. Got to watch this back. So it's the cross from Robertson. Van Dijk. What is the keeper doing? It's straight at him and he catches it and takes it into the goal. Crap keeping that. And that's unfortunate for Leeds because I don't think they deserve that. Well, Liverpool deserve the goal, of course they do. You can't say they don't deserve a goal, but it's always disappointing to concede from a corner, and I think the keeper's got to do better there. Right on his bloody line as well. Poor positional. Told you he looks about 12, and he played like one there. 2-1 to Liverpool, but look, anything can happen in this game. It's been a really exciting game. Bamford! Oh, what's he done there? He got round the keeper and he messed it up. What's he doing there? Happy opening day from Texas, Marks. This is Scott Andrews. Maguire never does that. It's annoying, says Martial FC. You're right. I think Bamford should have scored there. He bottled it, in my personal opinion. Alisson does a good job. Good game though. Do you think Liverpool will pay the asking price for Thiago, says Ted? I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, United are being linked to him at the moment, but I don't know what the situation is with Liverpool. Is it that simple that if Wijnaldum stays, you're not going to get him? Which may well be the case because you've got Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Milner, Chamberlain and Keita. So you have got 6 midfielders. Only 24 minutes played, Red Devil. I know. It is surprising how quick, how much has happened in such a period of time. My prediction was 3-1, Hussein. I think it's going to be more than that. What do we know? I don't know. Can I just put my hands up and say I don't know a lot about Leeds because I hardly watched any Championship football last year. I know a few of their players, but what's the idea with this goalkeeper then? Is he actually any good? Because He doesn't look very commanding to me. He doesn't look like a very commanding goalkeeper, and he didn't look very commanding on that Van Dijk goal. Oh, their main keeper's injured, says Lily. There you go. Distribution's good, says JP. Good football inside though, Leeds. I think again. I mean, I said this at lunchtime with Fulham. This sort of a game for Leeds is, well, if you want to be in the top 8, it's an important game. But I don't think that's where Leeds are going to be. To be honest, I think they're going to be, bottom half. And therefore, for Leeds, good shot there, straight at the keeper from Henderson. For Leeds, it's next week against Fulham. It's the weekend after against Sheffield United. So it's important that they give a good account of themselves here today. Because Norwich lost on the opening day of the season against Liverpool and never really recovered from that. You come up into the Premier League full of excitement, and then, your bubble can burst. So they've got to keep their heads up here, Leeds. They've done quite well. But Liverpool will put them to the sword if they're not careful. It's a shame the Rodrigo isn't starting. The space Bamford is getting is very surprising, and Rodrigo would really worry Liverpool in behind, says Dean. What's the story with Rodrigo then? Because he's not on the bench. Is he not fit? Have they bought an injured player, which I always find weird? Oh, he is on the bench, sorry. He is on the bench. So we'll probably see him in the second half. I'd missed that. He is on the bench. Leeds on the attack again. Costa. Ayling. Bielsa looks like he's sitting down and having a crap with the paper, but I can assure you he's not. That would be terrible. Although funny, that's Anfield. And 2-1. Liverpool just starting to get a lot more of the ball now. Leeds not really able to get hold of the ball and cause Liverpool too many issues at the moment. They've just got to hang in there a little bit, because one more goal for Liverpool and it's problem time. Here's Firmino. And it's an own goal. What a save by the keeper. I tell you what, it's a shot by... it wasn't Firmino, it was Robertson, I think, who had the shot. It goes off Struck. And it's going in the goal. And the keeper leaps like a salmon and tips it over the bar. Because this is going in. Well done, keeper. He did well there. But can he do well on this corner? Doesn't need to. Keepers, they've got rid of it. They've done well though, the Leeds midfield. Klitsch, Hernandez and Phillips. They've done well. I mean, I've not really seen any of these players much before. Too soon to say, but can Bielsa replace Ollie if he fails, says Depanchu. I think you need to understand the rivalry between Leeds and United. Manchester United, because it's not a common thing for Leeds players to go from Leeds to Manchester United, or managers. There is a rivalry there. It's a long time ago. A lot of people probably don't remember. What a run by Salah. Keita's got it. Good block. Leeds hanging on in here. Still 15 to go till half time. Good turn by Costa. Good run, and Henderson can't stay with him. And he's done quite well there, but his final ball just not good enough. 2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2.
And Leeds are coming forward again. I'm not so sure that Bamford is a Premier League striker, but he is! He is! I was just about to say I'm not sure Bamford's a Premier League striker. I'll say it again because he's just scored. And now Van Dijk makes the mistake. What's going on at Liverpool? He scores a goal and he makes a mistake. Van Dijk with the error. Bamford's there to pounce. And Bamford makes it 2-2. Just a ball over the top here, trying to get Bamford in. Van Dijk looks in control. Maybe he's a little bit too arrogant with it there. You know, we've all been there, especially me. You think you believe you're so good. You think I'm just going to flick this off to Robertson. He should be heading that back to his keeper. I tell you what that is from Van Dijk. That's just I'm so good. I can do something that most centre backs in the world won't do. Ridiculous. Never do that. If you're a watcher of football, if you've got your back to goal, and there's a ball coming over like that and you're trying to flick it backwards to your left back as a centre-back, that is basic. That is a big mistake by Van Dijk, and that is probably, you know, the fact that he's so good, he thinks he can do it, and he normally can. But if it goes wrong, Harry Maguire doesn't do that. Gabriel doesn't do that. Laporte doesn't do that. You head it back to your keeper in that situation, and that's being a victim of how good you are. To do that, he's tried to do something that in the basic manual you just do not do. And I tell you what, again, Leeds are back in it. What a game. What a bloody game. 2-2. Zane says, Mark, with Arsenal playing how they did today, United losing to a pub team and Liverpool struggling, we could finish third. Mark, pick my lunch as sub, pizza, burger or something else. Boat time I super chatted about something other than football, says Christian Withers. Pizza, burger. Oh, I don't know. I think I'd fancy a burger tonight. Zane, keep your business out of our pre-season games and enjoy your time at the top of the league whilst you have it, says Nick P. Yeah, very weird what Van Dijk tried to do there. He's basically ball over the top. He's on the edge of the penalty box. Alisson's in front of him. Robertson's about 20 yards to his left. And he tries to do a back flick like that when he could just go cashing it down to Alisson. Or if in doubt, boot it out. So it's one of them things. And Leeds have definitely benefited today from uncharacteristic mistakes at the back. Although Van Dijk did it against Arsenal as well, didn't he? So there we go. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We're about 100 subscribers away from 226,000. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. We're doing Everton Spurs tomorrow. Trust me, that game's going to be brilliant. So make sure you tune in for the watch along tomorrow on this channel. Everton against Leeds. Oh, what a finish. What a goal by Salah. That's 3-2. What a goal. What a goal, what a game. It's 3-2, and I mean, if you lead, you must just be like, what are we supposed to do against this? We're hanging in there like a one-armed trapeze man with an itch. They just cannot stay in the fight. Comes to Salah, he's got loads of space, but the finish is, I mean, he has got a lot of space here. The ball comes in, it's headed out, he's still in the box. I don't know who's marking Salah, but the finish is, my eyes, that finish on the volley, it's unbelievable. He doesn't need to hit it this good. Look at the volley. It's in the bloody top corner. Oh. Anywhere else, I think the keeper's saving that. Finish is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. That finish by Salah on the volley. I mean, look, he should probably score, but he doesn't need to finish it that well. That is an unbelievable finish by Salah. What a hit. And he's done it on purpose as well. He's done it on purpose. That's the worst thing. Or the good thing if you're a Liverpool fan. That's one of the goals of the season. And that's how you finish a goal as well. What a game. 3-2. And it's not we've got 10 minutes to half time. Dave Jr. says it's an Aubameyang-esque finish. Well, I don't know about that. It's a Salah-esque finish, isn't it? He's on a hat-trick.
But Leeds will be scratching their heads here. You've scored 2 goals at Anfield. It's only just half an hour gone, and you're losing 3-2. Game of FIFA, this, said Jamie. Good thing I captained Salah. Yeah, I actually was just thinking that. This is not good for me from a fantasy Premier League point of view, because there will be a lot of people who've got Salah. Werner will sort it out on Monday. This game has me worried for United. Leeds have been great and Liverpool dominant as usual. We need to move and get Sancho in and the Deadwood out, says Argoel Sage. And Mark, Salah looks much fresher than he did last season already. Probably had a good break. Liverpool had a good break, didn't they? No Champions League or Europa League in August. Their players got away, came back pre-season. $10,000 watching. Big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. What a game. Anderson says the ball's flat. At least he didn't win Player of the Year. That would have been an absolute joke. Nothing against him. I think he's a good player, but he ain't Player of the Year, is he? Let's be honest. And we've seen a thoroughly enjoyable game here. I'm not going to lie. It's been good. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. But Leeds won't give up. Costa keeps it in. Hernandez. Oh. Nearly. But I think from a Leeds point of view, they probably just like to, well, they'd like to score, but you wouldn't bet against Leeds scoring. That's the problem. That's the thing. Henderson. Mark, unlucky. I've got Salah in my dream team and also as captain. If Werner does not pull up trees for you this week, you got a long way back. Oh, Andrew. I've played Fantasy Premier League before, you know. 1 week doesn't make a difference, and I'll just, if Salah's looking like this, I'll just get him in my team next week. I'll catch up. Don't you worry about that. We are doing Chelsea versus Brighton on Monday night, by the way. I wasn't 100% sure about doing it, but I am. Oh, I tell you what, he's a good player, that number 43 for Leeds. I forgot what his name is. Klitsch. Good player. I like him. He's big, but he's good on the ball. Wijnaldum. Oh, Firmino, let it go. Let it go. I don't. Mane. Good save with the feet by the keeper. The only thing I would say about Leeds is that they don't mark very well.
They don't mark up very well. I mean, Salah just seems to be getting low, especially Salah. They never seem to be tight on Salah. He's always got lots of space, which, if you give him lots of space, I mean, that finish on the third goal was fantastic, but somebody should be marking Salah. It's Klee, sorry. I don't know. Nick P, the Arteta revolution has started. The train has left the station. Get ready for the Emirates visit. Willian will have Maguire for toast. I don't know about that. Luke Shaw will pocket Willian, no problem. Liverpool coming forward again. This could be 4. Mane. Good shot. Oh, corner. Good block by Ayling. Liverpool looking more likely to score than Leeds at the moment. And Alvin says it would be a different result if Rodrigo was starting over Bamford. Well, I'm sure we'll see Bamford coming off for Rodrigo in the second half. It's just, if it's 3-2, Leeds can get back into it. Robertson headed away. Costa's down that left-hand side, but Joe Gomez will cover that. There's nothing happening on Sancho at the moment, Emery. It's gone very, very quiet on Sancho. I mean, in the last 24 hours, it's gone a bit quiet. Doesn't mean it will stay that way. $70 subscribers from 226,000. Please subscribe if you are new to do that. And Andrew C says, shut up Zane. Willian is a Brazilian Nathan Redmond. We beat Chelsea 3 times last season with them having William. So how on earth would he pocket Maguire? Good point, well made, Andrew C. I'd like to see you reply to that one. Pepe had Luke Shaw on toast, Mark. Remember that? No, I don't remember these things. Hey Mark, long time no speak. How are you? Says the Royal Mail X. Still do a watch, of course. Looking forward to Man United's first game. Any predictions? Good luck. I mean, it's so hard to predict what United are going to do next week because we just do not know who's going to play. Or who's going to come in. Wow, this has been an epic first half. 5 goals. You can't ask for more than that. Well, you can. You could have 6. But it has been a fantastic half of football. I mean, 3-2 is the sort of score you'd expect over 90 minutes. You wonder. You do wonder. And, from a Leeds point of view, the penalty's a penalty. The Salah finish is amazing. I think the keeper should do better on the Van Dijk one. But it's not like they've defended badly. I think, I think the way they've played is the way they play. He's a very anxious person, Bielsa, isn't he, by the looks of it? 3 mistakes from German international cock is too much, says Tim Z35. Andrew C. Maguire had a Greek tragedy. He won't be able to cope with the samba beats of Willian and Martinelli. Will Martinelli even start for Arsenal this season? Good to hear from Royal Mail X, by the way. This is why the Premier League is the best league in the world, says Ash70. Well, I hope we're going to prove that this year as well. I hope we're going to get back on top in Europe. Costa. No penalty. Michael Oliver said no. It'll be absolutely amazing if Salah goes on and makes a goal from this because there was a little bit of a talk of a penalty there. And Leeds come again. Didn't look like a penalty, to be honest. Leeds coming forward. terrible. Terrible by Harrison. Good tackle. Well done, Ayling. We haven't seen the penalty incident back yet. I mean, they're definitely not going to VAR review it, but I would like to see it back. Little dink into the box again. And Van Dijk does well. Here we go. Costa. He gets the ball, but Salah doesn't get the player, so it's not a penalty. But I don't think to be fair, I don't think Michael Oliver confidently knows that. I think he just says no penalty, but I think he's guessed right there because I don't think you could tell from where at that speed that he gets the ball first. But it wasn't a penalty. Batman channel, I agree. It's 2 minutes added on. Last minute. I'd say there's a 70% chance that Liverpool are going to score next and a 30% chance that Leeds are going to score next. That's sort of the way the game is balanced. I think Phillips has done well for Leeds. Be interesting what he does. I think he's better than Leeds. But what is Leeds going to be? You know, Leeds could be a mid-table club. They could be a top 10 club. In which case, you know, he's a Leeds lad. He's come through Leeds. He'll be happy there. But he could be another Grealish. You know, a player that's too good for the club that he's at. Liverpool just playing the clock down here. Clee is the best player for Leeds in my opinion, says Mayot. Yeah, number 43, I do like him. I think he's 43. Yeah, he is. Good player. Good player. And that should be half time. And it is half time. We stop the clock. Stop resets. There we go. So 3-2 at half time. What an amazing half of football that was. Penalty to Liverpool. Equaliser from Harrison. Van Dijk heads a corner away. Bamford capitalises on Van Dijk's mistake. And then more or less straight after, drops to Salah on the edge of the box and he volleys it in the top corner. Unstoppable. Liverpool have started this game really, really well. And I think if Liverpool were playing most teams, they would be home and hosed. But I think that's a credit to Leeds as to how well they've played. But most teams would be out of this game by now. But Leeds are still hanging in there. So fair play to Leeds. I think Liverpool defensively have switched off a couple of times. Hence the goals. Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold. But I'd be quite happy if I was Bielsa going in at 3-2 because I think Liverpool will be... If I was Klopp, I'd be saying, to be honest with you, the half we've had there, it shouldn't be just one goal gap. But we've had 5 goals and we've been treated there. Your Sancho confidence level at 90%. What about your confidence level that there'll be a United player in time for the match next Saturday, Sean? I don't know, Sean. I don't know. That's something I've always said. I can't tell you when it's going to happen. I don't know. A couple of people said to me that it will escalate over the weekend. Well, we're Saturday night now. Where's the escalation? So if nothing really starts to... Because the way transfers work, and it's the same with Thiago and Liverpool, and it's the same with any signing Arsenal are trying to play or anything like that. For the bigger clubs, if you're going to make those sort of signings, the bigger signings, you've got to have here we go, the deal's nearly done, before 3 or 4 days before they're holding up the shirt. So we need all that to be happening now. And it's not happening at the moment, is it? So I don't know. I think at this moment in time, it could be something needs to happen very quickly for him to be able to be playing against Crystal Palace next week. Because United deals just don't get done quick. There is always a progression of transfers. I'm interested in the Thiago thing. I mean, look, that fits in perfectly with the game that we're watching here with Liverpool. I mean, you imagine Thiago in that Liverpool team, he's going to massively, massively improve them. Of course he is. But nothing, Falk's not actually tweeted for about 24 hours. And I would have thought that with the way it's going with Thiago, he might have wanted to do that. But it remains a mystery as to what is happening with Thiago. If you're not aware, United have sort of come back into the running in this afternoon for Thiago. So we'll see what's going to happen there. But look, I'm very excited to see this second half, and we'll discuss it more in a moment. I'm just going to quickly pop to the toilet. I'll be about 30 seconds, and then we'll continue the chat. And you can help me order my takeaway. Hello, and we're back again. We're going to talk about Reguilón and the United stand at 8 o'clock, so I'm not going to go into that too much. I want to talk about this fantastic game of football that we're seeing. And look, you know what? I said I was very excited about the start to this Premier League, and the results may end up being predictable. Arsenal beat Fulham, Chelsea beat Brighton, Liverpool beat Leeds, but the longer this game goes, where it's 3-2, then maybe get Rodrigo on for Leeds. I still think Liverpool are going to win this game, but I certainly think that for an entertainment point of view, it's been fantastic. How was Leeds and United rivalry in the past? I've heard it was epic, second or third best rivals after Liverpool, says Swapnil. I mean, look, again, it's not a massive rivalry that I really witnessed loads about, because I remember Leeds winning the league, but I mean, I was very young. They won the league, actually. Gary Speed, Strachan, McAllister. I think they won the league the last year before it became the Premier League. Was it 91? So Rio Ferdinand played for Leeds. They got to a Champions League semi-final with David O'Leary. But yeah, the United-Leeds rivalry, it's right up there. You know, anyone who's been up there to Ellen Road as a United fan, will tell you what a rivalry it is. But they just dropped off a cliff. You know, they disappeared for ages, and it'd be interesting to see how long Leeds can stay in the Premier League, because they do belong in the Premier League. I was happy when they got promoted because it's an exciting 2 games a season extra for United fans. Leeds are playing the same way they played us, Arsenal in the FA Cup last season, but I feel like they may lose this game due to fatigue. Says Doc. Well, they did drop off, didn't they, in the second half? So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I am ordering an Indian. I'm going to do it now, actually. So what's everyone eating tonight? We've got the second half to come. We'll be feasting on that. But literally, I do need to order some food. It's bloody logged me out. Log me back in. There we go. So, would you want Bielsa at United? Not really. Would you want Klopp at United? You've got to take into account who they are and who they're managing. United favourites to sign Thiago in Sky Bet at 4-7, says Edward Walter. I wouldn't be surprised if United went and bought Thiago now. I'd be absolutely ecstatic. I really, really would. But I mean, what a turn up for the books that would be. I mean, you've still got to get Sancho. You've still got to get Sancho. There's no debate about that. You've still got to do that. But hopefully we will, because we need to do it. We need to do it. Just updating my order here. 1 Pilar Ice. Hold on a minute. Here we go. No, you've added one on. I want them on. That's it. So we got 1 sag paneer, 1 pilar rice. We don't need 4 poppadoms. There's only 2. There's only 2 of us eating it, so we'll have 2. We don't need the korma. Get rid of that. We need 1 garlic naan. Okay, we'll update that. Chicken tikka masala. So we've got 1 sag paneer, 1 saffron rice, 2 poppadoms, 1 garlic naan, 1 chutney and pickle, and 1 chicken tikka masala. That'll do. Wife's not feeling very well anyway, so most of it will be going to me. Lovely stuff. Here we go. Who'd have thought ordering a takeaway on a watch-along would be so satisfying? Waiting confirmation. There we go. Chicken tikka masala is lovely. Go for butter chicken. A lot of people telling me about this. Please subscribe if you're new. Let's see if we can hit 226,000. What's your thoughts for the second half of this game? What do you think is going to happen? We're only 30 subscribers away from 226,000. So please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and push us over that. Everyone's welcome on this channel. We're doing Everton versus Spurs tomorrow. We're doing Chelsea versus Brighton on Monday night. Lots and lots of good games to get your teeth into. And what's going to happen in the second half? As I said at the end of the first half, I think I'd say Liverpool are 70% likely to get the next goal. At this point, I can see it being like 5-3. I could see it being something stupid like 5-3. But I can't wait for Everton Spurs either, all BK. I really hope James Rodriguez starts. Been one of my favourite players over the last few years, and I just hope that he can deliver in the Premier League. I mean, it's a big if, but I think it's a perfect risk for Everton to take on. And, the Premier League might suit him. It really might suit him. He's that sort of a player. I don't know how old is James Rodriguez now. Let's have a little look at this. James Rodriguez, the Colombian footballer. I don't want to know how tall he is or what his favourite pop band is. I just want to know how old he is. He's 5'11" and he's just turned 29. Same age as Thiago. So there you go. He's 29. Happy days.
What are you going to watch tonight? Well, I'm sort of halfway through the Batman trilogy, so I'm at that sort of age. Ooh, can you just check something for me? Can you just ask Mummy to put me a couple of bottles of beer in the fridge if they're just telling somebody to put beer in the fridge? But how do you think Everton will do? They're my prediction to be a team that will do well. But you know, I said it on my Premier League prediction, which is on this channel. I think Everton will be the shock package of the season. If Leicester and Sheffield United were it last year, I think Everton will be it this year. But that doesn't mean they're going to get in the top 4. It doesn't even mean they're going to get in the top 6, because I think Arsenal and Spurs could have really good seasons and not get in the top 4. I think the top 4 should be nailed down. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, United should have top 4 on lockdown. Therefore, Spurs and Arsenal should have top 6 on lockdown. So for Everton to have a good season, a breakout season, I think 7th. Because you've still got Wolves, Sheffield United, Leicester, you know, possibly a Leeds. So I think for Everton, 7th and being close to those teams like a Spurs and an Arsenal would do well. Do I have anger problems, Dean? No. And Everton will flop as always. Well, Craig, you might be right. You might be right, but I think Ancelotti's a good coach. I think the signings he've made, I do rate Andre Gomez. You know, Alan, I think will be a good signing. Decore, I'm not convinced about Decore, to be honest with you. Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, James Rodriguez. Dinier's a good player. I mean, look, it could go one or two ways with Everton. If they've got that weak mentality, then they'll go and lose games to people like Villa. But there's no Sancho update, Wrestle India. And there doesn't feel like there's going to be at the moment, does there? Leeds players are out there doing sprints. Very, very fit team, Leeds. Very fit. United stand at 8 o'clock. We'll have a look at. We'll talk then. Lord says Gomez is shocking. Well, to be fair, the first goal was Trent Alexander-Arnold's fault, and the second goal was Van Dijk's fault. You know, but we live in. I think that leads into a nice point here, because you know, I see it all the time with Wan-Bissaka or Harry Maguire. They make a mistake, and it's like 80 million down the drain or 50 million. I think that we live in a football society where you almost can't make a mistake anymore. The best players in the world make mistakes. That Van Dijk mistake is rubbish. It's really silly what he's done. It goes against all the basics of a top quality centre back. You're facing your own goal. Put your foot through it and put it out for a corner or a throw in. Head it back to your keeper if you think you can, but don't try and do a blind flick to your left back, because what can happen happened. But Van Dijk's still the best centre back in the world. Yeah, he's made a mistake, but he's still the best centre back in the world, because you can make mistakes. Second half has started. Thank you. Yep. So, what are we thinking? I've gone 5-2 Liverpool. 5-3 Liverpool, sorry. I think there'll be another goal for Leeds and another couple of goals for Liverpool. Offside. Bamford keeps getting caught offside. When do we think we'll see Rodrigo? Leeds are doing a fantastic job, says Philip. They are doing well. I've been impressed with them. Ollie left during half time for odd reason. Thoughts? That's not been confirmed for Ciro. That hasn't been confirmed, so I don't really want to comment on something that I don't even know if it's true. Harish says, is Zayn your alter ego? Yeah, I just do my own super chats
for lots of money so that YouTube can take 40% of it and I can pretend to be an obsessed Arsenal fan. Ramos is the best centre-back in the world, says Lincoln. Well, it's all opinion, isn't it? I don't think Ramos is the player he was. I still think he's very good, but I don't think he's the best in the world anymore. I do think Van Dijk is the best in the world. You know, I'd love it to still be Ramos, because at the end of the day, I'd rather a Real Madrid player was the best player in the world than a Liverpool player. And Addy says that I don't think Leeds will win, but I think they're going to give them a run for their money. You know what? I think so many football kits are ruined by the sponsor. I think that Leeds kit is quite clean. I like to see a bit of yellow on a Leeds kit. I don't know whether they've got any on there, but I always think Leeds should be white, blue trim and a bit of yellow. That's always the Leeds kit for me. But it'd be a nice kit if it wasn't for the sponsor. A bit like United. I hope Rodriguez comes on, says Xander. I predicted that United will finish 4th, Marley. But, you know, if United bought Thiago and Sancho in and a left-back, then I might have to say that, you know, that would be very, very, very good business. And we might finish higher than that. A bit more of a reserved start from Liverpool this second half. They'll go and score now. Firmino. Here it is. Oh, keeper got hold of it. I thought it was going in. Save from Wijnaldum. I mean, Wijnaldum from here, you think he's going to score. Cross comes in from Firmino. This is the work Firmino does, and Wijnaldum gets it out his feet. There's a lot of people in the way, and keeper gets hold of it. Could have been 4-2 there. Score prediction for Everton versus Spurs. I actually think it might be a draw, because I don't think any team will want to lose that. Firmino or Martial, says Valabath. Well, every Liverpool fan's going to say Firmino, because they should do, because they're going to be loyal to him. And every United fan's going to say Martial, because we love him. So it's as simple as that. What's going on here? Leeds are almost contributing to their own downfall here. A bit sloppy at the back. Keeper's quick off the line to clear it. No Name says Thiago is going to Liverpool. They're in advanced talks. Well, that's what I heard yesterday, but I don't know what's going on with Thiago. The thing is, things can change in transfers. You know, just because, Bamford is going to run it here. Oh, a bit greedy there, Bamford. Comes back to Costa. Thing is, just because, you know, for example, the Athletic say that Thiago's chosen to go to Liverpool yesterday, if Liverpool pull out the talks, it doesn't matter what Thiago's decided if Liverpool pull out the talks. So then he might decide to go to United today. So sometimes I don't think we are forgiving in relation to some information sometimes. I mean, look, if it's from #ITK on Twitter and they say something and it doesn't happen, then you've probably got a right to be a little bit sceptical that they're talking out their arse. But if it's a credible, reliable outlet and they say one thing and then it changes, then, you know, sometimes that's going to happen, isn't it? Because it can change. And maybe Thiago is going to Liverpool, but if Liverpool pull out, he's got to go somewhere else. Kartik, I'm not doing a watch-along for United Villa tonight now. They lost 1-0 and they put a shit team out. I'm not going to spend 2 hours between 10 o'clock and midnight watching a shit United team lose 1-0 to Villa. What's the point? I get there's nothing to get from it. So no, I'm not. I was going to, but not now. So I'll just do the 8 o'clock show as normal. Mode says, where's your curry, Mark? It's not that quick. I only ordered it 10 minutes ago. In fact, let me have a look. You have reminded me. It's not coming till 7:45. That's fine. That's fine. They might come early. You ever found that with... it's more of a going for Goldbridge topic here, but all the takeaways around here, if you do it like through Just Eat or Deliveroo, when you order it, you can say as soon as possible for it to come. Or you can say in an hour's time. It doesn't matter whether you put as soon as possible or an hour anyway. They'll still turn up in 20 minutes sometimes if they're not busy. I've gone for an Indian tonight. I do like a Chinese, but I've always said... depends on the mood, and I'm more of an Indian mood tonight. I'd rather go more savoury than sweet. Fat bridge, that's not very nice, and I'm not fat. Can you tell me what is fat about this? That is not fat. No, there's not fat on here. And even if I was fat, you shouldn't be calling people fat anyway. Donny van der Beek did play, Cameron. Yeah. Another winner, another header won by Van Dijk there from across. What do I think about Manchester United's third kit, Miles? I think it's absolutely disgusting. That's the truth. West Ham Newcastle tonight. Ooh, forget about it. Forget about it. I mean, one thing I would say, the summer return of football was quite good, wasn't it? Because we had football every night. We're not going to get that. Leeds are causing themselves all sorts of problems here. That's twice. Twice they messed the ball up there and Liverpool could have scored. They're really sloppy at the moment, Leeds. I think Liverpool could put them to bed very, very quickly if they're not careful. Great tackle by Henderson on Phillips. I think Liverpool are going to score in a minute. They're swarming this Leeds side. There's Salah. Leeds just can't get out at the moment. That's a foul. I've got Calvert-Lewin playing for Everton tomorrow in my Fantasy Premier League. I'll tell you what, Fantasy Premier League does make you more interested in other games as well. I found myself watching the Palace Southampton game today, and I was doing some work and I saw the cross come in from Townsend, and I was like, Zaha's on the back post. Yes, get in, because I've got Zaha in my team. I would never celebrate a Palace goal, but I was like, get in. I was a bit like Mourinho on that All or Nothing clip when he's got his glasses on. I actually was sat there on my laptop and my telly's there, and I was like this, and I went, go on, get in. A 6-pack of Heineken, says Katie. I remember I used to do that on I can't remember what night it was. I used to be, when I was really into wrestling, I'm talking like the Generation X era. Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, and I think it was on a Friday night. Was it Friday Night Raw? It used to be on at like 10 o'clock. And I'd go down the co-op, I'd get a pack of 6 lagers, and I'd just sit there and devour and drink them whilst watching Friday Night Raw. The Rock, yeah. Oh, I remember having a wrestling game in them days, and you just didn't know who to choose. You had The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock. Niall G says, do you like McGregor? I've actually always quite liked Conor McGregor, yeah. I understand why people can't stand him, and I know he's very divisive, but I've always quite liked him. The Undertaker, Kane, yeah. Teams on 8 winning day, fire, scared for United, says Sanjif. Mass Kane is my all-time bloody favourite, says the Royal Mail X. Yeah, it's sad that The Undertaker had to retire. He was iconic. Iconic. But Leeds just can't get out the arse at the moment. Liverpool have played really well this last 5 minutes. Monday Night Raw, mate. Yeah, but I think it used to get played on a Friday, Robbo FM. It might have been a repeat or something. It was definitely a weekend night. Slip him in. Well done, Gomez there. This was in the days before you used to be able to actually watch it live on Sky Sports. You didn't used to be able to watch it live. you'd always get a replay of it. Mankind, yeah, he was another one. Had loads of different alter egos, didn't he? Had Mick Foley, Mankind. There was somebody else as well. Oh, that's a lovely ball by Henderson, but well won. Leeds just can't get a foothold here at the moment. Cactus Jack, yeah. Good to see that you like Indian dishes, Mark. Also, I'm waiting for the new recipes from Chef Goldbridge. And Trent Alexander-Arnold has headed it. Oh, he's offside. He's offside. I thought he'd headed it into his own goal, but he's offside. It was nearly 3-3. I didn't see the ball over the top. Yeah, he's off. Liverpool playing a high line. They've got to be a little bit careful. Ball over the top. Harrison took it down. Dinks it over the keeper. And Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't know whether he headed it in on purpose, but he did head it in. And I think it would have been an own goal. He got a bit lucky there. But it was offside, to be fair. Naby Keita comes off. I imagine Fabinho comes on. Do you think we're going to get to a point at some point where Trent Alexander-Arnold does need to go higher up the pitch? Because defensively, there's no doubt Wan-Bissaka's a better defensive right back, but there's no doubt that Trent Alexander-Arnold is a miles better attacking right back. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Just monitoring things, seeing if anything's going on. Typical sort of second half here where you get 5 goals in the first half and then things just change a little bit in the second half. Well, you know, the reason I say it is because Trent Alexander-Arnold could end up being a little bit like, you know, Bale started off as a left back and then ended up being a winger, so that it could go that way. It depends if Klopp wants to do it. You know, he might be like, no, you're a right back for me. Especially when he's got like Salah ahead of him. Mane nearly got in there. It's a nice ball in. And it's straight into the keeper's arms. Now, the only watch-along I'm doing tomorrow is Everton Spurs. I hated Doink the Clown. I hated him. So Liverpool have played this offside trap, and I do wonder if at some point we're going to see a ball over the top for Leeds that is just is timed right. And that's a good ball. And Harrison's got it over on that side. And Leeds will want to just whip one in. No, he won't. He's going to go for the box. It's a lovely little bit of play by Leeds. And Alisson blocks it. Lovely play by Leeds, though, there. Showing that they're very much still in this game. But Phillips has been turned by Salah. And problematic. Oh, poor finish by Mane, but it was lovely. Lovely turn by Salah. Gets it up to Firmino. Combinations between Firmino and Mane shoots over the bar. But they're looking like they're enjoying themselves there. It was good play.
And Rodrigo is on for Bamford, and Hernandez are off. Roberts and Rodrigo are on. Let's see what he's all about. There is an 8 o'clock show, Nand, yet. Let's see what Rodrigo can do. A lot of people have got a lot of high expectations for him. Hi Mark, thoughts on Rose versus Mourinho and Son and Lloris fight in All or Nothing Spurs documentary, says Praveen. I've not actually watched all of it yet. I've not caught up on this week's one yet. How many episodes are they? Because they do 3 a week, don't they? I think I'm on episode 5 at the moment. Corner to Liverpool. Van Dijk's been a threat from these. Oh, keeper did well there. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the cross. Always going to be a good delivery. And Van Dijk was closing in on it, and the keeper just came out and punched. Hi Mark, Ipswich live tomorrow on Sky. You're going to watch it, says Ben King. No. I don't, I genuinely don't really watch much of the Championship anymore. I've got no idea about when the European leagues are starting. I know Italians. Oh, here we go. Don't go on your own. Oh, poor there. Leeds had a better opportunity there and he didn't do that well. Why have all the Leeds players got long hair? It must be a Leeds thing. They've all got long hair in the midfield with tied up buns. Very energetic side though, Leeds. I think it's going to suit the Premier League. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be interested to see what Leeds do against Sheffield United in a couple of weeks. Because they've got Fulham next week, but Fulham are a Championship side basically. Regular wants United move. Romano update, said Rudy Cox. And Flex says, sorry guys, the internet dropped. And as a Liverpool fan, I think Mane is only good for runs and assists, says Addy. I'm looking forward to watching Chelsea on Monday night. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's fit. Didn't Lampard say a few players are out? Ziyech's out, okay. Ziyech, Silva and Chilwell are out. Okay, so Havertz and Werner, fine. Liverpool making a substitution here, and it's... I don't know whether this is a statement of intent or not, but Jordan Henderson comes off and Curtis Jones comes on. I mean, that's quite a big substitution to make. 25 minutes to go in a game that you need to win. So is that an intention of Klopp to really trust in this lad and... give him a chance. Klee gets it wide to Costa. He's going to whip that. And that's 3-3! And it's Klee! And it's a lovely goal by Leeds. It really is a lovely goal by Leeds. It really is. And it's Jones who got... He's only just come on. He got turned. The ball got wide to Costa. And the cross comes in and Klee just smashes it in. And I like him. He's a good player. But let's watch this back. Second balls all over the place. Leeds winning the second balls. Costa puts it into Klee. It's a lovely goal. It's a lovely touch. It's a lovely goal. It's just a very, very good goal. And now Liverpool are getting a real challenge. I mean, look, and now let's flip this around. let's flip this around, because Jurgen Klopp will be like now thinking, look, we're at Anfield and we've conceded 3 goals. I've got my best defence out here. What's going on? I still think Liverpool will win. And I think you're into that arena now where Leeds are going to come out of this game with a hell of a lot of credit. Anyway, but Liverpool are going to have to dig deep here. Probably deeper than they've had to for a lot of the season. And I wonder if this game will be the game that makes Liverpool think we better go and get Thiago. Yeah, Klitsch scored, but apparently you pronounce it Klee. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. What a couple of games we've had today. We've had 9 goals in just over 1.5 games. Magnificent start to the Premier League season. And I hope it continues tomorrow. We're doing Everton against Spurs. I've got Werner captain for Chelsea in my Premier League team, so fancy Premier League. So I hope there's going to be some goals against Brighton as well. But Leeds, 20 minutes away here from a fantastic result. But we know what'll happen. We know Liverpool will not give up here. I mean, look, what do you think? What do you think about that? Jones comes on for Henderson and they concede straight away. Captain comes off and they concede straight away. Was that coincidence? How much are Liverpool's front 3 worth in the market, each of them, says Akil? Well, I think Mane's north of 100. I think Salah's definitely north of 100. I'm not convinced Firmino's worth anything more than... I'd say Firmino's probably worth about 70, isn't he? Here's Salah again. And Leeds need to win these second balls. And Rodrigo's not had a great start here. Now this is what good teams do. They get tested and they go up a gear. And to be fair, every time Leeds have scored, Liverpool scored quickly afterwards. And they might be about to do it again. And there's a head injury here. Second balls. It's all about the second balls, Kamali. It's all about the second ball. I'd love to do Soccer Aid, Zach. But I don't think they'd ask me. Dylan says Firmino's 40 million is crap. But yeah, but I don't think people understand the work that Firmino does. He's a false 9. He's not really a 9. The reason Mane and Salah get so many goals is because of the work that Firmino does. You need to know football to know what Firmino does. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer. I think if you put Harry Kane in that Liverpool team, it would absolutely mess up what that Liverpool team's all about. Do you still think Leeds will be relegated, Larry? Hey, whoa. Do you think Arsenal's going to win the league because they beat Fulham? It's still early days. You know, this could be Leeds' highlight of the season, but to be fair, it shouldn't be. Mane, good block. Leeds just need to get hold of the ball here because Liverpool are dominating it. Robertson with the cross. Good header away. Second ball again. And that time, Salah on his right foot. You'd have put your mortgage on it if you've got one. And he volleys it over the bar. Similar sort of area to where he scored in the first half. He's totally unmarked again. That's the only thing I'd be critical of Leeds. They don't pick up players like Salah. He's had so much space in this game. And it's Mo Salah. Maz Johnson says 4-3 Leeds in. Imagine. We're not even thinking about Leeds nicking it. Why not? They've come from behind 3 times. Why couldn't they win it? Would be one of the best games the Premier League's ever had. Nearly 10,000 watching. Shows you what a game it's been. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Please keep sharing. Subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. And there is an 8 o'clock show on the United Stand. Yeah, I'm just going to set it up after this.
What a game. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. And to say it's two clubs as a United fan I do not like, I've got to say, respect the game. Not the, respect the game. It's been a really great game to watch. And to be honest with you, I'd be very happy with a point because I don't like either team. I can't like either team. It's like if United, Leeds and Liverpool, I don't want any of them to win, but I've thoroughly enjoyed the game. And there's a lot of United fans out there actually who would rather Liverpool beat Leeds. That's how much the dislike of the two clubs is. So it's probably a new rivalry for some United fans, but Leeds, not well liked. Roberts, another one with his hair up, makes it very confusing. They've all got long hair tied back with a bun. It's mad. I've never seen a team that's got so many players with similar hairstyles. United lost 1-0 Lance to Villa. It was a shit team. It had like McTominay. McTominay definitely started. McTominay. Let me have a look. I've got it here. Liverpool are going to whip across in here, which can be a danger. Okay, so Man United Zone are saying that this came from the Telegraph that Henderson, Delo, Maguire, Fosu Mensah, Shaw, Van der Beek, McTominay, Lingard, Rashford, James, Agarlo. So Lingard played, McTominay played, Agarlo played, James played, Delo played. So straight away you can see a problem there. Liverpool looking for a penalty there. Watch out for that. That could be quite key. Throw into Liverpool. 15 minutes to go. You know there's going to be a big chance or a goal. It could be a few. Could be a few. Johnny Bravo, I'm not making excuses about United losing to Villa. I'll be absolutely blunt. I couldn't give a shit. It's not a league game. We didn't lose any points, so I'm not bothered. Bruno didn't play. Pogba didn't play. Martial didn't play. Greenwood didn't play. Wan-Bissaka didn't play. I'm not bothered. Some people are bothered. Banter them all you like. Some people do get bothered about it. Not me. Trent's had a bad game, says Joe. Not exotic. And would have been a great atmosphere if fans were in, says Matthew Kirkham. Oh, I know, yeah. I know. Firmino's just got booked. Leeds have got a free kick here about 30 yards out, 35 yards out. United could have spent the Van der Beek money on a great centre-back like Gabriel, but United aren't that smart, says Dave Jr., who's an Arsenal fan. Everybody's welcome. Doesn't mean they'll talk sense. I'm not watching the friendly, Graham. It's Saturday night. I'll watch it tomorrow. I'm not that interested in watching United play and lose. What a free kick! Ooh! Phillips. It was almost Beckham-esque. And it just went wide. I think Alisson's got it covered. But it's just the way... Well, I don't know whether he did. I don't know whether he did. It's a lovely free kick. Up and over the wall. I think Alisson does have it covered. Cracking game though. Cracking game. Can't fault it. It's been fantastic.
So, I think some people in the comments are really thinking that Leeds might nick this. I think a point here for Leeds would be stunning. Do you like cricket? Who's your favourite player? If you start a final channel for the IPL, all Indian followers from United Stand would subscribe. I don't watch it enough, mate, to be able to do that. Can you imagine what Roy Keane would say to those Leeds players in the changing room with those haircuts? Says Amy Assey. Here's Salah into the box. Laid off. What a block. What a block from... was that Wijnaldum with the shot? But now it's Robertson. What a cross. Leeds going to have to be a bit careful here. Liverpool will definitely get a chance. JCF Gamer says Leeds are going to win it. Salah's in again. And it will go for a goal kick. Or a corner. It's gone for a corner. United need Calvin Phillips urgently, says Samuel Cap. I don't think he would come to United though, because he is a Leeds lad. So I'm not sure that he'd do it. Corner to Liverpool here. Mark, would you take Bamford over Martial? Looks like a fantastic player that could score over 20 goals a season. And there's a foul given here. Van Dijk has scored. I don't know what's going on here. Liverpool aren't very happy, but I don't know. It looks a little bit soft. Van Dijk just controls it on his chest and blasts it in from the edge of the box, but doesn't look to me like there is a foul there. I don't know whether VAR might review it. I don't know. I don't think VAR can review fouls, can they? So it won't be reviewed. But Liverpool are pushing here. Salah tried to shoot on that left foot. Fabinho, little dink. That'll go for a goal kick. Liverpool turning the screw. I don't think you... So what basically happened is it's a corner. All the players are on the edge of the box, sort of, you know, looking to spin. Van Dijk spins. A Leeds player falls over. Van Dijk's free on the edge of the box, edge of the 6-bar, controls it and volleys it in. But I don't think that a Leeds player actually gets fouled. I was born the last year Leeds got relegated, says Jesper William Thor Bjornsson. But I don't think VAR can review that sort of a foul. VAR is there to review offsides and penalties, isn't it? I don't think it reviews those sort of things. Because otherwise it would review every free kick, which is right. You can't review every free kick, so... I mean, a few people saying Liverpool lack intensity. I actually think Liverpool have played really well. Not defensively, but on the attack, I think Liverpool have played really, really well. I think it's disrespectful to Leeds to say that Liverpool have had an off day. I think Liverpool have played really, really well. Do you think Zaha will be a good signing for Everton? Yes, Jake, I do. Do you think you'll get him? I think he wants to go. He wanted to leave Palace last year. It's just, will somebody pay the money that Palace want? And the problem with Zaha is, if you pay 60 million for Zaha, Palace only get 45 because United get 15. So that's always a problem. If I was Zaha, that I would have thought, you know what, that's not a good thing to have in my contract, a 25% fee that goes to the club that used to own me, because it's going to make Palace inflate my price. Nah, the fouls come from Jones. He pushed the Leeds defender, says Doc Diablo. I mean, I haven't really seen it back. It looked a little bit soft to me. But it was a foul. Here's Salah again into the box, wins it back. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ooh, nearly dropped in. Do you think we'll get transgender referees in the future? Says Amy Assey. There's no reason why not, is the answer. It doesn't matter. Why wouldn't they? Why couldn't they?
There is absolutely no reason to discriminate. So, of course we can. We could have one now. I don't know how Zane's brain works, but that's just an example. Nice little slip through to Mane. That'll be another corner. No, it's a goal kick. United should have went for Rodrigo. He's better than Rashford, says Dave J. What is it about Arsenal fans? Just want to put super chats in and talk blabbering crap. Shane Clousey, thank you for the super chat there. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We've got Everton Spurs tomorrow, which is my pick of the weekend. I think it's going to be such an intriguing game. Both teams sort of wanting to try and get involved in these top 6, top 4 races. And it'd be bad for one of them to lose tomorrow because it's opening day and, you know, momentum and, you know, Spurs will expect to win, but I think it's going to be a tough game. Everton could spoil the party and start as they mean to go on. It's all Liverpool at the moment. Zane can be the first one, says Robbo FM. And Messi just got subbed off. What's the score? I don't know. I'll have a look. Let's have a look. What a game this has been, though. Really good equaliser by Leeds as well. So... bloody hell. Get rid of that. Barcelona aren't even playing. I don't know what it's on about. Gary Neville recently said what you said weeks ago. Henderson and De Gea together is disaster at coming. I think the issue is more problematic than Sanchez one. Akil, I've got no idea why we're doing that, and I'd said that way before Gary Neville said it, but it's not a prize; it's an opinion. He probably never heard me say it, and I'm surprised not more people are saying it. I think it's silly to have 2 top-class goalkeepers. Tickle throat. 5 minutes to go. Are we going to get a winner, or are Leeds going to get a fantastic 2 points at Anfield? A point at Anfield, sorry. Not many teams do that. Who was the last team to get a point at Anfield? I don't know. Did it happen at all last season, or did they win every game? Firmino is going to hit it, and that goes wide for a corner. This is why I wanted Leeds in the league instead of teams like Bournemouth. They give the big teams a good fight, says Jamie O'Neill. Burnley got a draw there. No, Leicester didn't. Leicester got beat. They got a penalty late on. That wasn't last year. Harris King says Leicester Maguire winner. That was not last season, was it? Maguire was at United last year. They got a late penalty against Leicester. Leicester nearly got a point. Mark, be honest. Who do you think will finish higher this season, Man United or Everton? Oh, Dave, you're boring me now. Any of your other super chats, I'm just not reading them out because you're talking out your arse. 5 minutes to go. Burnley got a draw after lockdown. Yeah. Well, it does count, but Liverpool after lockdown really were not on it, were they? Nice little slip into Mane. Into Firmino. Oh, he should have scored. Oh, he's got to score that. I always thought Firmino was like quite a clinical striker, but he isn't, is he? He should have scored there. Leeds are sort of hanging on a little bit here. Penalty. Stonewall. And everyone, Rodrigo, what a prat. Sticks his leg out for absolutely no reason. Typical strikers reaction. And as I predicted, I just felt Liverpool would get over the line with this game. Leeds will come away with a lot of credit, but Liverpool always find a way. And Salah, he don't miss these, and he doesn't miss it. And it's 4-3, and it's a hat-trick for Mo Salah. And if you've got Mo Salah in your team, fancy Premier League team, well, you've got a lot of points. But Bielsa will be furious with that. And that's a player that they've brought in to make a big difference to the club. And he's done sod all since he came on, Rodrigo. And then he gives a penalty away. And that Leeds team has worked really hard to get into this game. You cannot take anything away from Liverpool. Under no circumstances. That is a stonewall penalty. And it's just stupidity from Rodrigo. Can Leeds get back into it? Four minutes added on. I've seen this so many times, though. I've seen this so many times. This is why I predicted that Liverpool would win it late on, because they do. It's one of the things I've actually begrudgingly respected Klopp about. They remind me of like United under Sir Alex. You'll think, oh, they're going to draw, they're going to drop points, and then they'll just keep going and going and going and going, and they'll get something. And to be fair, that last 10 minutes, the game, Liverpool were all around their penalty box, corners, and something's going to happen, isn't it? Something's going to drop. There's going to be an opportunity to get a foul, an opportunity to get a shot. I mean, Firmino should have scored just before that, to be fair. So, you know, you can't say Liverpool have been lucky. And ultimately, all Liverpool are going to care about is the fact they got 3 points. From a Leeds point of view, yeah, they'll come away from this with credit, but they've ultimately lost the game. Bye, Hugo Plays. Do you think if Poch was manager, we'd have Sancho, says John Patrick Durrell? Well, no context. No correlation. 2 minutes to go. Everton Spurs tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. Subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Leeds might get one last attack here. Here's Roberts. 1 minute to go. He's got to put it in the mixer. Put it in the mixer. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible cross. Liverpool are going to get over the line here. .30 seconds to go. Liverpool fans will be pleased. Of course they'll be pleased. They've won a game. Leeds fans, this is not really a gauge. If you go to Liverpool and you get a point, then, you know, you've arrived in the Premier League. If you lose 4-3, you come away with your head held high. The important thing for Leeds is now that they go and beat Fulham next week and then go and get something against Sheffield United and build on this start. Mark, who's your man of the match? Mine's Klee, says Mayot. Salah, isn't it? Hat-trick. You know, I think Salah has been a massive threat in this game. He's been the best Liverpool player. I mean, he missed a couple of chances as well. But yeah, I think Mo Salah, man of the match, as far as I'm concerned. Easy work. Thanks everyone for watching. That is full time. Really enjoyed both the watch-alongs today. I hope you have as well. We're back again tomorrow with Everton versus Spurs. Also back on the United stand just after 8 o'clock with a show there as well. But fantastic game, 4-3. There's been a 4-3 at Liverpool before, hasn't there? Newcastle fans will tell you that. But thoroughly enjoyed that. Great opening day to the Premier League. And I'll see you on United stand in about half an hour or so. And we're back on here with Everton versus Spurs. So make sure you subscribe on your way out, bottom right hand corner. And I'll speak to you all soon.